Again, we conform to the zone plan, to the master plan. We conform, as you'll hear, to state construction codes, and at some point we will exceed the codes, as you'll hear. We'll conform to the ordinance's affordable housing requirement. I want to say that at the outset. The Mayor and Council, in their wisdom, crafted an ordinance that provides for 10% affordable units, and also provides for discussion between the developer and the Mayor and Council. So we would await to see what the Mayor and Council opts to do, but we understand the Planning Board will require the affordable units, and we will certainly comply with what the Planning Board directs us to do.
Township's attorney report.
The township had received a offer from Avalon Bay with respect to 1775 Windsor Road. With respect to the issue of constructing affordable housing, Avalon Bay has requested that the council authorize, pursuant to ordinance number 46-205, a reduction in the on-site affordable housing from 10% down to 5%, and in lieu of those reduction in the affordable housing units on-site, to provide a $1 million payment for use in providing affordable housing at other locations. The council briefly discussed in closed session what its rights and obligations were with respect to that. However, the discussion on the merits of that proposal was an open session item, and that is now before the council.
Councilman Pruitt.
Yeah, the ordinance says affordable housing, it says a minimum of 10% of the units will be designated for low and moderate income families in accordance with the Uniform Housing Authority. Alternatively, payment in lieu of providing low and moderate income housing may be provided at the option of the Township Council. My position is I don't want the money, I want the 10%.
Second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Just very quickly, because I know this is going to come back up again, and there are a couple of things that we have to consider. One, if we enforce it or we create this precedent for one developer, we've got to make sure that we're enforcing this, equally. And I'm in favor of what Dr. Pruitt had to say about not taking the money. But the other thing is, I think it's important to discuss that we have an affordable housing trust fund right now, and we have absolutely no plan on how we spend that money. We have affordable housing that currently exists in Teaneck, and we have no visibility into where that affordable housing is because we don't require landlords to tell us if they have affordable housing units in their buildings. And even if we were to take $1 million or $2 million or $5 million or however many millions of dollars, to dump it into that trust fund with absolutely no plan on how to spend it, I think would be a travesty. And I would just share that for the new senior housing that just went up on the border of Bogota and Teaneck, I can tell you that I personally know the first person that inquired about applying. It was my mother-in-law. She was the very first person who called and submitted or asked if she could submit an application. Because there was no actual process, because it was a private entity, they have their own selection criteria for allowing residents. And she never got a call back or received an application despite reaching out a number of times. So I think that we have to be very, very careful with how we have these conversations. If we say to Avalon Bay or any other developer that you have to provide affordable housing, and we make that a mandate, we should have some way of enforcing that, or at least having visibility into what their selection criteria are, because I think we have a number of residents here in town who would like to have affordable housing here in Teaneck, and if they're not considered because they don't meet the corporation's criteria, we're not really solving a problem.
I think that we should probably have our attorneys look into that because, and again, I'm going to New York City rules. There's federal HUD guidelines as it relates to affordable housing. And I believe 60 Bergen, as it relates to the pilot that was done, has specific criteria on that. So I think we need some guidance, both on what would happen at 60 Bergen and, more importantly, what our decision tonight will require going forward, not just on Avalon, but on all the other developments.
Yep.
Secondly, and related, and I'm sorry, Dr. Pruden.
Yeah, yeah. There are two projects that are very much involved in this particular discussion. One is 1500 Teaneck Road, where we've required 10%, and we are going to require 10% for the Windsor Road property. Now, I'm going back to the ordinance. The ordinance says that this council has the option to take the money or take the 10%. I don't want to get complicated with other discussions about other properties. I just want to be clear that I want the 10%.
All right, I agree with you. I think we should focus on each property as an individual property. We have a motion, we have a second. Roll call, I guess.
This is the roll call to keep 10%.
Reject the offer and keep 10%.
Councilman Castle?
Yes to reject $1 million for 10%.
Councilman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Romney Rice?
Yes.
Councilman Schwartz?
Yes.
Acting Mayor Katz?